former queen.
Spoiler alert, in the House of the Dragon Season 2 finale, Gwayne Hightower famously questioned Criston Cole about his romantic relationship with Alicent, raising the obvious question of how he knew the truth about them. Although Gwayne, the House of the Dragon character, is an important ally for the Greens as Alicent's older brother, he did not appear in Season 2. In Season 1, Gwayne faced Daemon Targaryen in a brief cameo appearance during the Heir's tournament. After Criston assumed the post of Hand of the King, Gwayne was recast and given a bigger role in Season 2. At Alicent's request, Gwayne, a talented knight, joined Criston's men on the march to Harrenhal. Gwayne was protective of his sister even though Alicent was the Queen Dowager. And even though he joined Criston and his army, things between the two men did not go well at first. Despite the fact that both Criston and Gwayne had fought in war, it was immediately apparent that they approached combat in completely different ways, particularly in Rook's Rest. As the conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 2 made clear, Alicent played a significant role in their arguments.
Your brothers in the Kingsguard find a way.
Welcome to Movie Spy. Gwayne Hightower noticed Criston Cole sniffing the handkerchief of Alicent. Gwayne had already begun to suspect Criston. When Gwayne discovered Criston was holding Alicent's handkerchief during the Queen Whoever Was, he challenged him. Though already high, the tension between the two men practically erupted at the prospect of Criston having an affair with Alicent. Although Gwayne never received official confirmation from outside sources after all, he does not exactly have his own Larry's strong hanging around the handkerchief's appearance served as evidence that his sister and the new Hand of the King were having feelings for one another. Gwayne's mounting rage seized control of him as a protective elder brother. Gwayne was already wary of Criston and Alicent, even though he hoped they were not having a covert affair. Gwayne heard Criston and Alicent talking before he left King's Landing, and he saw something strange about their exchange right away. The Hand of the King and the King's mother were having more than just a normal conversation. That doubt remained with Gwayne until he struck Criston with his sword at the soldier's tent in the woods. Both men were unaware that Alicent almost gave birth to Criston's child. What Gwayne's learning about Criston and Alicent signifies for Season 3 of House of the Dragon. Criston's relationship with Alicent disrupts a significant promise. It was evident that Gwayne's misgivings about Criston and Alicent's love affair colored his opinion of the fellow knight. When confronted, Criston did not even attempt to dispute it. Instead, because so much was beyond their control, he questioned the war and the acts of those who were fighting. Though there was more understanding between the men when Criston shared his regrets related to the war, Gwayne remained concerned about Criston's broken oaths as a Kingsguard. This could have significant ramifications for the plot of House of the Dragon Season 3. Now that Alicent and the Hand of the King are involved, Gwayne and the other men who were around Criston on the campsite are aware of what is happening. Of course, it is unlikely that anything significant will come of Criston and Alicent's illicit relationship, particularly in terms of any actual penalties. Even though it is a major offense to break the pledge, more individuals in King's Landing than likely know or believe something is wrong. Technically, even Helena is aware of it, but neither she nor Gwayne would dare take any action that would increase the negative feedback directed at Alicent. Furthermore, during the Dance of the Dragons, other urgent issues have come to light. A romantic relationship between Criston and Alicent will not be a priority because of Alicent's covert meeting with Rhaenyra in Dragonstone and the impending larger fights. It is probable that the program will not portray Alicent and Criston meeting right away after he departs King's Landing, unless House of the Dragon significantly alters Criston's destiny. The question of whether Gwayne accepts the truth or not will soon be irrelevant.